Welcome back in. We're talking about colleges.
Yeah.
We're actually inching closer, though, to Halloween, and things are getting spooky at the Atrox factory, especially this weekend.
Yeah, so you've seen our next guest in Terrifier and Return to Newcomb High, and this weekend you can see her at Atrox. So welcome in, Catherine Corcoran.
Thank you so much for having me.
By the way, she's also starred in a very, very scary movie on the Hallmark channel called Last Vermont Christmas.
Oh,
I'm kidding, of course.
Terrifying.
I'm kidding, of course. Great to have you with us this morning.
Great to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
First of all, we understand you actually have an Alabama connection. Can we talk about that?
Yes,
That's why we're talking about colleges.
Yeah, absolutely. My sister went to the University of Alabama, as did her husband, and so his family is all from, now her family and partially my family is all from the area.
Okay.
And you grew up in the Northeast, though.
Yeah, I did. I grew up in like the Philadelphia area, and then went to New York for college, and now I live in Los Angeles.
Awesome. So now, but did they have you pulling for one team or the other in the state? Because, you know, you have to choose if you live in the state.
That's what I heard. You know, so I am, you know, by default, an Alabama fan. Roll Tide.
boy.
I'm so sorry.
But hey, yeah, you know, you get it. Family,
I understand.
They will come out, especially this weekend against Tennessee. Like,
That's what I hear. Oh, Roll Tide all the way.
Yeah.
Catherine, I do want to ask you, but obviously, you know, playing in the Hallmark movie that I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with, they love those movies, you know, it really shows your versatility. And then now you're doing horror films. Is there one that's more fun to do than the other?
You know, I'm just so grateful that I get to play pretend at all. That is my job.
Right.
You know, like what a gift that is. So honestly, I'm just grateful anytime anybody wants to bring me on. I will say my family prefers the Christmas movies, so that's a lot of fun. It's my grandmother's 95th birthday today,
Oh, wow.
and she loves the Christmas movies. So I do have I love making her happy. So there is that, but I love the horror stuff as well. And I mean, I think what's so cool about the horror community is that you get to come out here and do things and get to meet them and do things like that. So I think like both have a really, really special place in my heart.
Every grandmother's dream to be like my grandmother or my granddaughter stars in a Hallmark movie. My grandmother freaked out. But you mentioned talking to the horror fans. It is a true community.
Yeah.
Can you describe what it's like when you get to go to things like Atrox and answer questions from people that have just followed every horror film that you've done?
Oh my gosh, it's wild, you know, because I don't think there's any real sect of entertainment that has such a loyal following like that, where they know sometimes more than I even do. The other day, some girl was like, "You have a hair tie on your wrist," the whole movie, and I was like, "I didn't know that. That was my bad. I should not have had that." You know, right? You gotta check. I took it off this time. You know, but I think that's what's so cool about it is you get that community feel, and I start to recognize people who come back and to hear, you know, how much projects meant for them. That's so rewarding because you don't get to hear that day to day, but in the horror community you do, and you get to connect with people from all over the country, all over the world sometimes, and I that's the best part, really. You know, I'm just so grateful for that.
And on that note, just so you know, of course, everybody knows there's a strike right now, and so a lot of people in the industry are limited what they can do. But you got a podcast that's going to be dropping soon.
I do.
Tell folks what that's about.
It's called Scream Dreams. I'm really, really excited about it. It's myself and this amazing other actor, James A. Janice, and Barbara Crampton, who's another big horror actress. And it's called Scream Dreams, and we talk to filmmakers about their nightmares. So next week we're going to drop some really cool stuff, and the episodes will be coming like shortly thereafter.
Our nightmares are like oversleeping with our alarm.
Yeah.
What are your nightmares since you star in these films?
Oh my gosh, well, you know what's so funny is I exclusively have nightmares. That's kind of partially how we had the idea for the show. I do not know why. I don't know what has happened that happens to me, but they're usually not as they're not like slasher terrifying like the films, but they're more like things that could happen but don't happen. Like I'll dream that I overslept and missed this interview today and everyone was mad at me or something like that.
Not enjoyable.
Not enjoyable. So I don't know if they're nightmares or just like anxiety dreams, but yes, I always have them. But so far, you know, if this is a dream, I got here on time, so you know, good news.
I always have the nightmare that my check's not going to be signed. That's a whole nother issue. By the way, if you don't catch Catherine Corcoran at the Atrox factory, you can catch her on Terrifier. That's on Netflix, and the award-winning Return to Newcomb High. That franchise is on Stars, but hopefully folks come out to Atrox factory. Thank you so much.
I just look forward to meeting everyone. Thank you guys so much. It's such a pleasure.
It was a pleasure. Not scary at all.
Not scary at all. I try my best.
All right, Mickey, how about that?
All righty. Hey.